lipstick on it.
I think that's a good thing, right?
Situation on it.
Today I almost didn't record. I didn't want to get out of the bed, and then I finally forced myself to get out of the bed, decided to get some clothes on, get ready, and take on the day. I kind of have a lot of things to do today. This morning for a little bit of context, right now it is 1:24, so everything that I was supposed to do this morning didn't really happen. I was supposed to get up and go to the gym. That didn't happen. I woke up, took my little brother to school, made them some pancakes this morning, which obviously y'all didn't see, and then I dropped him off at school, and then I came back home, made it home at like 8 something, and then I laid in my bed for like an hour and a half, and then I decided to get up finally at 10 o'clock because I had to be somewhere at 11:30. Got in the shower, did my hair, did my makeup, which my hair was a mess this morning, wasn't done, but I ended up getting it done and was late to where I had to go, but at least I made it there, right? Because better late than never. And did that, and now here I am at Starbucks. So I got my drink. I actually love going to this other coffee shop, but I did not because it's a local coffee shop, which I love, supporting local business. But they're so expensive, and I always spend like over $10 for a coffee and a croissant. So I was like, let me not do that. Let me just go to Starbucks, spend like $7-8 on my coffee that I get and my little sandwich that I get. But anyway, here I am. I have a lot to do today. I'm gonna do some Archer review questions, and this morning I also scheduled my nclex, which I am so nervous about, but you know what? I am focusing on changing the trajectory of it all, like, because before I was so nervous and just like didn't want anything to do with the nclex ever again. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep telling myself I am gonna do great. I am gonna pass. I am gonna be a nurse. I am gonna have RN behind my name this time, and if I need to write it down 100 times to fucking get it in my brain, that's just what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm gonna have to plaster it on my forehead, plaster it on my heart, and let it be known that, yeah, you know, confidence, and like manifest it, and it's happening, and this is going to be the last time I ever take this test. And if I fail this test again, I'm going to take this clip and I'm going to put it in the new video after I fail, be like, bitch, you thought. But anyway, let's stay positive about it. I scheduled it this morning, and I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling good. Questions, I want to do a practice test, and then I want to do content review over pediatrics today, so I feel like I've gotten through all the most important topics, but I need to go over like pediatric things and then like growth and development, like simple stuff like that, because the NCLEX loves to like do basic shit that you don't think about. Like they don't want to know if you're gonna be saving lives. They want to know what's the primary intervention for this. Like it's silly things that you never would have actually thought to study that they hit you on. So I'm trying to study those things. I'm pretty good at like critical care. I'm pretty good at adult health and med surg, because I study that shit so much to make sure I like knew it. And yeah, it wasn't on my test, but so that's what I'm gonna focus on today. So just made it back home. I had to go leave Starbucks. I just went to Starbucks. I had to leave Starbucks to go pick Shaz up, and here he is.
Hello.
How was school?
Good.
But anyway, so that's all I did while I was at Starbucks. I'm trying to get better at answering the questions in like quicker, like going with my first mind, because I'm so used to like answering a question or reading the question, spending a long like now we ain't got time for that. So what I've been doing from NCLEX High Yield that has been really helping me is reading the like the last part of the question first, so I understand what they're asking before I let everything else cloud my judgment. And then I read that last part, like it might say, what would be the nurse's first priority action? So before I even know what the question is about, I'm just like, oh, okay, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do if we were to walk into this room and do nothing else? What is it that we're gonna do? And then I read the first part, and then it might say a patient is blah 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 nasal cannula, or whatever the question might say. What is the priority action the nurse is gonna do? And then I'm like, okay, again, priority action. And then I'll read all of the options from the bottom up. So I'll go to the fourth option, then I'll compare it to the third option, and then I'll choose one. Like, is this right? Is this wrong? If they're both wrong or right, I'll move up. Or like, is this right? Is this wrong? Or is this they're complete opposites? Oh, okay, I see the gist, and then I keep going up. And I also, before I read the options, once I read the whole question, I'm gonna come up with the answer in my mind, and then I'm going to read those options and see if anything fits what came into my mind. And that has been really helping me, which, like, honestly, just breaking down the question versus just like reading it then picking an answer, because like, you know, you got to be strategic with the way that you answer these questions. And obviously I knew that in nursing school, but like when it came to the NCLEX, that just completely lost my, like, that just left my mind when I sat for my NCLEX for the first time. So really excited. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And then I did the CAT testing, which is adaptive testing on Archer, and it's just like the NCLEX, where it basically works off your weaknesses. If you answer one and you get that wrong, it'll keep giving you those questions. So that's what I really like about Archer, and honestly, like, it has been doing me so well. And I want to do one CAT test a day so that it'll get me just like up to par in regards to taking the NCLEX. And then as I get closer, I want to do 2 CAT tests, because then I'll get, you know, over 140 questions a day. But anywho, so that's how that went. And it also gave me a passing score, so it tells me like the average score, and like my score was like, ooh, and it like looked like almost like an ascending linear line on the graph, as like after it goes like up as many questions, as many, you know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, I got only 26 questions wrong out of 75 questions, which was, I think that's a good thing, right? Damn, that's low-key failing if it was like a real NCLEX test. But anyway, or a real nursing school test. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But all I have to do is do better than average. That's what Mark K used to tell everybody, even though I'm like getting him out of my mind. But I did pretty good on that exam. It gave me a passing score. So I'm gonna try to do that every single day so that I can be 100% prepared for this exam. So next, which is really exciting, job applications are opening up again. So honestly, like, I kind of enjoy doing interviews and stuff, but it's kind of annoying knowing that I had like my dream job and then like I have to do it all over again. So I'm gonna be applying to jobs, which is like oh my god, applying to all these different jobs because some of them are open and some of them are open in different states. So I'm just gonna go ahead and submit it and see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and submit an application to Seattle because I want to live out my Grey's Anatomy dreams. So it would only be right if I worked at a hospital in Seattle. Duh. But I would recommend, if you are getting ready to apply for jobs and stuff, make sure your application, your resume is tip-top tier. If you have a career consultant on your campus, make sure you set up an appointment with them, advise with them, make sure that everything they have to say is, you know, good about your resume. And you don't always have to have your GPA. If it's not like a stellar GPA, don't put that stuff on your resume. Don't be out here setting yourself up for failure. Another recommendation in regards to applying for jobs, make sure you know exactly what you're putting in regards to your salary. If you're applying to places out of state, don't do what your average state salary is. I don't know what I was saying. What your average state salary is, make sure you look up in that state because obviously different states are different. I'm not gonna go to California and request $30 an hour. I'm obviously gonna be pushing 40 because, you know, California's California. But, or maybe even higher, I don't know, you would have to do research. So do research if you are interested in going out of your specific state in regards to getting a new job, and make sure you know, obviously a lot of residencies have a base rate, but make sure you put all your experience on there. If you have 2 months of being a tech, make sure you put that on there because sometimes that gives you like a bonus in regards to experience in a hospital versus new grad nurses who don't have any experience working in a hospital at all. So all that stuff is good. All that stuff is great. I also want to make you guys a video in regards to how I landed my dream job when I did get my job and how I did in my interviews and stuff like that, because honestly I like doing interviews. It kind of just puts yourself like out there and like you're showcasing yourself and like how good you are and how you could be an asset to their team and their unit and stuff like that. So I kind of am excited but also like dreading doing interviews again, which is weird. But yeah, I also like doing interviews because I know I'm good at them, because I know I can get my job that I want, period. Anyway, let me not get big-headed. But when I was doing interviews, which I have like little snippets of, I will say that they went really great. Like I really enjoyed doing interviews. Sometimes they had like weird questions. I only had one interview that was difficult. Like they were asking me questions rapid fire, and I did not know the answer. And honestly, I was open and honest, and I was like, honestly, I can't answer that right now. That's a really great question. Is it okay if we circle back? Like I was just straight up, and they were like, yeah, of course, next question, rapid fire. So it's okay to say, hey, I need to think about that for a second. Or anyway, I'm not gonna get too into it because I'm gonna save that for a different video. Time is 6:03. I'm gonna be healthy, so hello you guys. I low-key kind of missed y'all. So today is Wednesday and I worked today. Today was my 3 of 3 shift, 12-hour shift, so I'm done for the week. I will actually be done for the next couple weeks just because I want to decompress and like really get my mind right to make sure I'm on the right track for passing my NCLEX. So I'm really glad to be off. Actually today hit kind of different, But I didn't record anything yesterday. I didn't record anything today just because like I didn't want to keep showing y'all what I do, like getting ready for work and stuff like that. So I'm going to finish off the rest of the week, and this week is pretty busy. And I feel like I say that every single week. But for real this time, like this week is pretty busy. Tomorrow is Thursday. It is my mom's birthday. Today is my friend's birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren. And tomorrow is my mom's birthday and my other friend's birthday, and actually my other friend's birthday too. So everybody's birthday is August 18th apparently. Shout out to all the Leos. Happy birthday to y'all. But tomorrow morning I have an interview that I have to prepare for. So I will also record my interview for you guys, since you guys didn't really get to see it last time because I was going through a lot of stuff in regards to like moving back home with my mom and like, you know, arranging back into, you know, we had a lot of things going on during that time, so I didn't really record. That's when I was like not recording anything, and then I finally dropped like, oh, I'm back on YouTube video, and y'all kind of just saw like snippets, but y'all actually never saw me doing an interview. So tomorrow I'm going to wake up and get ready for that. I also, since it is my mom's birthday, I need to go get her something tomorrow. We have a dinner that we are going to. I set reservations at the steakhouse in Dallas, and I'm also moving my sister into her first apartment tomorrow. She goes to school at UNT, so I'm going to be helping her move tomorrow. I also need to study tomorrow. I also need to reply to some sponsorship emails tomorrow. And I also need to edit my next YouTube video tomorrow. So I have a lot to do tomorrow, and honestly I don't know how I'm gonna fit it all in one day, but ain't nothing to it but to do it. So tonight I studied today while I was at work. Oh, I actually want to show y'all like my notes and stuff that I make like while I'm at work. When I'm at work and I don't have like my notebook and stuff, I literally will just go grab some printed paper, grab some paper towels. It doesn't matter what it is. I will grab it and I will just like write notes, write things down, just so I'm always doing like passive learning and stuff. Like every single day I'm going over something new. So today I went over like pharmacology things, and I wrote all this stuff down on this random piece of paper. I really don't study with the Archer little videos, lectures that she has, but today I went over the must-know pharmacology, because pharmacology remains the same no matter who you get the pharmacology from. So I went over all pharmacology things, front and back of this paper, lithium, psych meds, antihistamines, literally like all the meds. And then I also, at 5 o'clock, I logged on to, this is Dr. Zishan's Ask Graph. Ask. Sounds like I said ass. Logged on to nclex High Yield's weekly Zoom, and that was pretty good. It was really quick. I feel like I didn't get everything I needed from his weekly Zoom, honestly. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I feel like it was very like on the surface, like he didn't, you know, get deep down into like all the GI meds, which I thought he was gonna do, but obviously he only has an hour to do so much. Really not even an hour, because people usually talk for the first 15 minutes, so he really only has 40 to 45 minutes to get through what he want to get through. He does so good, y'all. Like, honestly, I will give him that. I feel like he over prepares people for the NCLEX in regards to like, you're gonna know. Like, some people really only know the basics, which is fine. But like, he makes you know your content, and like, I want to be confident when I go to this exam, knowing that, yeah, I know all my content. There's like nothing that I'm missing. Even last time when I took it the first time, I will say there were things that I was missing. I only studied UWorld and I only studied Marquet. And like, if I didn't study what he said, I didn't study it. So I definitely feel like there were some things missing from there, and I'm kind of feeling a lot better. And hopefully I will be feeling more confident and ready, knowing all my content when I go for my second take of the NCLEX. But I'm just going to do some practice questions, get through that, go through some more pharmacology stuff, and watch some TV and call it a night, and do some passive learning. And then tomorrow, I got a lot to freaking do. I got all these clothes right here. Tell me why the other day, right? So I was getting ready for work on Monday. My little sister, I don't know if I told y'all, but I washed my clothes. My little sister apparently took my clothes out of the washer, put them in a basket. Like, why wouldn't you put them in the dryer? But okay. So she put them in a basket. They sat there. I assumed that she put them in the dryer and put them in the basket. No, she took them straight out the washer, put them straight in the basket, washed her clothes, dried her clothes. So I told her, okay, you need to rewash my clothes, put them in the dryer. She rewashed them, put them in the dryer, woke up the next morning to go to work at freaking 5 a.m. and my clothes were wet. She put them in the dryer, but she didn't start the dryer. So they were sitting once again, soaking wet clothes, and I need to rewash them for a third time because they've been sitting and wet things accumulate things that they shouldn't have. So I need to rewash my clothes tomorrow. And and then Maya's birthday, I forgot. My bestie Maya, y'all know Maya. Anosha and Maya were my nurse besties. Her birthday was the other day too. So we're gonna be going out on Saturday. It's just a busy week. It's just a busy week. We got a lot going on. So okay. So right now I am hauling ass because the time is 8:55 and my interview is at 9. And I just got back from the gym, back home from like the gym and stuff at 8:40. So I'm logging in now. Gonna get logged into the call and start my interview. I have not prepared at all for this interview. I'm just gonna wing it. I usually have notes and stuff like that, but just because I just didn't have time to prepare, I didn't. So
here for the cervical neuro PCU, and then you tell us a little bit about yourself. Okay.
I just recently graduated in May from Texas Women's University.
What made you want to be a nurse?
Well, I feel like this is so cliche, but I've always had a passion for assisting people. But I always knew 100%, I kind of had a revelation to my journey of becoming a nurse when my aunt passed away actually last May.
So what about the surgical neuro progressive care unit specifically?
I actually don't know much about the neuro PCU. I floated to the neuro ICU, and also I had clinicals in a neuro ICU, but
All made mistakes somewhere along the path of our career. Can you give us an example of when a situation where you might have made a mistake? What was the process that you went through, and what was the outcome?
So what does teamwork look like to you? How do you view teamwork? How does that look in a situation on any given day at work?
Oh, I love that. I love this question because I have worked on many teams in regards to like being an athlete growing up and also being in many organizations and also here at work. So teamwork means a lot to me. And I do have another question. This is always a fun question. If you can think of a nurse on your unit that is outstanding in whatever kind of way, what does she exemplify and how could I work to become like that? He or she. You guys as well. Thank you for your time.
All right, take care. Bye. Have a good day.
Okay, so obviously my hair wasn't completely done. I didn't have time to curl my hair. I didn't have time to do my makeup. I like dapped my face just a little bit and threw on some blush just so I looked a little bit presentable. And because like I look so tired and stuff, I threw on my glasses because it makes me look smart. And I think the interview went really well. One of the managers seemed very intense and the other manager seemed very like chill, laxy-daisy. So like you kind of just gotta like read the room even though it is like a virtual interview. I think some of my interviews will be in person since I'm doing them again and like COVID isn't like, you know, the number one as of right now because we still wear masks and things. But like doing it via virtual, you can not have the mask on, you can see my facial expressions, you can all that stuff. So if I can give any advice for doing interviews, I would say just come as your best self. It's okay to stutter. It's okay to not necessarily know how to get your words apart. Talk to them like they're people. Don't talk to them like they're the freaking president of the United States and they've got a gun to your head and if you say the wrong thing, they're going to shoot you. That's not going to happen. It's a little far-fetched, way far-fetched. But you know, if you go in comfortable, if you know how to answer the questions, if you know the hospital that you're interviewing for and what they're looking for, you're gonna do great. And out of anything, they want to know if there's someone that you're gonna add to their unit. They want to know if you're gonna be a great person that can assimilate to their unit, that can fit in, that can be great, that can work well with others, that will be a good addition instead of like a liability or someone that they are gonna regret bringing to their unit. So show that, come as your best self, smile, shine, ask questions. You can challenge them in many ways. A lot of the times I ask this question and I say, if you could think of one outstanding nurse on your unit and everything that he, she, they exemplify, what are those best qualities that they show, and how can I, or what do you think that their best qualities are, and how can I work to be more like that, or to become a best nurse, or similar to that nurse, or something of that sense. And like, that always gets them in a doozy, because if they can't think of someone, okay, well, that means that maybe they don't have the best people on their unit. Or if they can't think of someone like off the top of their head, they're like, okay, I like this person, or I also like this person, because they're always advocating for their patients. Like she said, this one nurse, she's always like going head to head and advocating for their patients. If something doesn't smell right, look right, seem right, she's letting somebody know. And then there's another nurse who's always like, hey, yeah, I can handle that situation. I can handle that situation. How are you doing? Happy go lucky all the time, but not like faking his life, but enjoys his job, enjoys what he does as a nurse. So take heed and note those things in your mind when you do interviews, because they're just good things to keep in mind. And then also, I always ask, there are 3 questions that I ask. If you can think of an amazing nurse on your unit. Also, how do you guys show and prove that you support your nurses when they're feeling burnt out, or just on a regular day when when you're short-staffed or whatever? How do you, as management, prove to the nursing team that you guys are there to support them and be, promote good teamwork? And then lastly, another thing that I feel that I say when I don't know, like this specific hospital that I know is already very diverse, but when I'm interviewing for a hospital that I don't necessarily know, or I don't know of a specific unit, I'll say, how do you guys on this unit promote diversity, equity, and inclusion? And are there any I know this hospital does this in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and you can include like, this little thing that the hospital has done. But how do you as a unit exemplify diversity, equity, and inclusion within the nurses that you hire, the techs, and all that stuff, to promote a good, culturally competent unit? Especially because we know that there are many diverse patients, and you want to always be culturally competent and appropriate at all times and things like that. So I always feel like those are my top 3 go-tos, like always, and they're always like, those are good questions. And these are questions that I all value. These are things that I all value. Do not ask like, how much am I going to get paid? Or like, don't ask those questions, because those are things that are just, that come with the residency. You want to challenge and interview the interviewer just as much as they're interviewing you, because you're going to work there and you want to be sure that this is a place that you would like to work. So I think that the interview went well, and now I have to clean my room because it is a mess. I literally sat down. So this was my setup. I sat right here in Ginger's bed, and I sat my computer right here, and she sat there the whole time and laid quiet and didn't make a noise. And I had my camera set up right here. And like, that's just how I do it when I do my interviews. And I was like, oh God, I forgot to do my laundry. They're gonna see all my laundry, but they didn't. So they only saw like this and all that stuff. And they kind of saw like my lunchbox over there, but that was all. A handful of things that I need to do today. So let's get them done, get this hair done, and head out. I also need to get my bag ready for my mom's dinner later tonight. Today is her birthday. And I'm not going to tell you her age, but she is young and thriving. I'm going to go get her some gifts. I already stopped by the store and I got her some roses, and I got her a balloon, and I got her a card. But I think there's a couple more things that I need to get. So I'm going to go get them, and then I will be back. Okay, so this morning, I'm probably going to cry. This morning, I asked my little brother, what do you think your dad would have got your mom for her birthday? And he was like, some flowers and a banana cake. And I was like, okay. And then I asked my sister, what do you think your dad would have got your mom for her birthday? She says, some money, some jewelry, and some flowers. So we got the money, I got the flowers and a balloon. I didn't get the jewelry just because I don't think there are jewelry stores open this early, but that's what we got. And I also got her this card. It says wife. It says every smile, every kiss, every adventure we share is a real gift. I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna read it. But anyway, I'm giving this to her because obviously he can't be here for her birthday. It's making me so sad. I don't want to cry. I just did my makeup. Baby. He always used to get her red roses. So that's what I'm gonna give her. I delivered her gifts, but I didn't tell her. She was working out, so I didn't want her to read the card right now because she would have been crying on the Peloton. So, silly of me, silly little freaking me. I forgot that I had my therapy session today at 10, and it just completely slipped my mind because now I'm mad at myself. Now I'm just upset with myself because I really was looking forward to that session. So I can tell you all about it. But anyway, whatever. I can't do anything about it now. So now my next session won't be until next week. So that freaking sucks. But whatever. I'll let y'all know how it goes next week. I'm like really kind of mad. But anyway, I'm at the coffee shop. I'm about to go study. I had to drop off my sister's Chromebook to her school because she forgot it at home. And now I'm gonna study, and I feel like I don't have like any stress management or time management anymore, like ever since not being in nursing school. Like nursing school and being in school in general was so good at just like keeping me on top of everything because I had to be, and now that I don't have to be but I want to be, I don't know how to be. And welcome to my life. So here I am. I finished studying. I had to load up the car, go to my storage, and load up this stuff from my god sister's moving back into college, and she's getting her first apartment. So we're about to move her into her apartment, and so my car is full of stuff. So now I need to drive all the way to Denton, and then but first I need to drive home, get my clothes that I'm gonna change into for later for my mom's dinner. Let's move it.
Hey
She's
guys,
got her first appointment.
got my apartment. I'm so old now. You go cry.
I am so dead.
I can't even speak on it. I can't even speak on it.
Ugh, that is so nasty.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Y'all make me
Happy Friday. I look a mess, but you guys are gonna see me in a different house for the next few days because I'm gonna be dog sitting. Today I have a few things I need to do. I need to send out these orders. I literally look so crusty. Okay, so my phone died, but my camera died, so I'm gonna use my phone. But I need to package these orders. Someone ordered 4 different stethoscopes, so I'm gonna send those out. And right now my stethoscopes are 50% off, I believe. So original markup is $35, and then when you put in the code, you get it takes off like 50%. It turns out to be like $17.50. I think it's 50%. And it turns out to be $17.50, and then with shipping, depending on where you're coming from, shipping is about like $6 to $8. So regardless, you're paying less than $30 for a stethoscope if you are interested. So anyway, these stethoscopes are really cute. They're really nice. She ordered one of the black ones that has like the chrome finish here. It comes with an extra pair of earlobe things, and then also an extra rubbery thing for here if that needs to be adjusted. And you also get a little card. hanging out with the girls to celebrate Maya's birthday. But pretty much this is gonna be the end of this video.